What is up? Oh, shoot. Alright. Ah!
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
What is up, gamers? It is your boy, but it's a different boy as well.
What did he say?
This boy is now officially 16! Yes, I am officially 16. I had my birthday a week ago. Almost a couple of weeks ago. We also changed, I changed my logo for the channel and the new logo. Boom! Dwayne's Gaming. That is this channel's name. So if you're not subscribed yet, you might find it difficult to find me unless you have the link. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, maybe first, before we start off with anything, we are so close to 50 subscribers. We are literally 4 subscribers away. 4 subscribers away from having our 50th subscriber. And I will be doing a shout out whoever is that 50th subscriber. So hey, that could be you if you're not subscribed yet. It's totally free, it's optional. Hit the bell icon as well so you can be notified when I release a new video, and so that you'll be way easier to find me. Trust me, if you subscribe, it's going to be super easy to find me on the channel. What else is there? Oh yeah, let's try and get 10 likes on today's video. 10 likes, it's simple, it's literally beyond simple actually. So that's all I'm asking. Make sure that that little thumb up, it's blue. Make sure it's a blue thumb up. And also share this video with all your friends who would like wrestling. And comment down below, what is your favorite wrestler? I would like to actually know. If you don't know wrestling, go quickly Google up cool wrestlers. We all won't know. Wink. But yeah, so enough talking. Today we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be doing a video, and it is called I Can Only Draft One Superstar Per Letter of the Alphabet. Yeah, so now there's no superstar that starts with Q and a Y, so we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to improvise almost to do it. I'm joking, not improvise. I'm gonna be picking 2 other superstars. That's what I'm gonna be doing. But it gets insane near the end of the video, like literally beyond insane actually. With all the title changes and everything, you don't want to miss it. But enough yammering. Editor, cue the intro.
Let us start with A. Alright, I'm gonna go, let's go Andre the Giant, you know, bring back some classics. For B, I'm thinking Brock Lesnar, but I also want to get like some not weaklings, but like middle card people. But I think I'm gonna take, let's take Big E. Why not? Why not? Oh man, I shouldn't take Buddy Murphy. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're gonna take Big E. For C, let's take Charlotte Flair from 2000. Actually, no, let's just take the normal Charlotte Flair. For D, oh my word, this is gonna be very difficult. Alright, that's my custom character there. I know it looks nothing like me. I have to change the hair actually. But for D, I'm gonna take Drew McIntyre. Because I mean, come on, it's Drew McIntyre. For E, we're gonna go Edge. I would have loved to take Eddie Guerrero, but I can only take one character. And I don't think I'm gonna actually start a women's division in here because yeah, it's gonna be very tough to pick from the women. There's not a lot of girls or women in the 2K20, so it's gonna be extremely difficult to make a proper like team, or not team, but a proper, you know what I mean, a proper group of women. Okay, so we got E, Edge. Alright, so F, we're gonna go The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I mean, who doesn't like The Fiend? I think he is the quickest rising superstar that has ever debuted in WWE. Well, besides Triple H, who got everything he wanted from just Austin. At least that's my opinion. I don't know. If you also say the same thing, leave a like down below. Let's try and get 10 likes on today's video, hey? We're gonna smash 10 likes right now, make it blue. But yeah, okay, so for G, we only have 3 characters. Goldberg. We're gonna go Humberto Carrillo. Ivar for I. For Jay, we got a few people. Let's go Jerry the King. You know, we're gonna take some crazy people. Let's take. Actually, I want to take Kevin Owens. Yeah, we're gonna take Kevin Owens. For L, let's take Lindsay Dorado. We need some middle class people. For M, we got Mark Andrews. Don't know who that is actually. He's probably from NXT or NXT UK, so I don't actually know who he is. Matt Riddle, we need the original bro in our team. I could have taken Montez Ford as well. Alright. For N, let's take Nikki Cross, because I feel like she doesn't get a lot of opportunities anymore on Raw. So you know, we're gonna just give a little, just a little bit of respect. All right, for O, we only have 2, so we're gonna go Otis, because I mean it's Otis. Pete Dunne. Let's go Ricochet. Yeah, I know I could have picked Roman Reigns or The Rock or someone, but I already have a few big names that are like the main card, so I'm picking it. You know, it's subtle, you know, we're gonna have a few divisions. Alright, so Seth Rollins, let's take Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, I forgot Triple H was also here. Tyler Bay, okay, Undertaker, Velveteen Dream, because he's the only one with the V, Wicked Aleister Black, and then X-Pac, and Zack Ryder. Now, we did not have a Y or a Q, so that's 2 extra characters that I can pick, which I am going to go Randy Orton, because I mean, who doesn't want the Viper on their team? Or not team, I keep on saying team. Their brand, there we go, brand, that's the name. And then I think I'm also going to take, who did I want to take now? Where is he now? Braun Strowman. Boom. There's our team. 26 characters. Team. Again. Team. Alright. So, since there's not a lot of people, we're going to do 6 matches. The default match table, we don't have to worry about that. This is where we're going to worry. Alright, so Money in the Bank I'm keeping. Tag teams, removing them. Women's, I'm also removing because I think I have 1 woman, and that's Charlotte Flair. But yeah, alright, so we're gonna have our champion as, you know what, let's, it's a lot of good options, but it has to be a main character. So I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre as a Universal Champion. As the United States Champion, we'll go Big E. And Money in the Bank holder we'll get later. Alright, but let's edit division. So alright. Okay, give me a few seconds. I'll be back now. I'm gonna just quickly do this, and then we're gonna continue, and we're gonna start off with a banger.
Many minutes later.
Alright, so we are back, and these are all the people. So the Universal title, so this is gonna be like the main title. We're gonna have Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, Andre the Giant, Undertaker, Goldberg, The Fiend, and Drew McIntyre. Then for the United States Champion, which is like the middle card people, it's going to be Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Matt Riddle, Otis, Edge, and Humberto Carrillo. Don't ask why I put these characters there, but we're going to just do it like that. And then for the final one, which is going to be like, you can say the not the heavyweight, but like the lightweight. The title that doesn't get too much attention paid to, we're going to have Ivar, Zack Ryder, Tommaso Ciampa, Lindsay Dorado, Pete Dunne, Velveteen Dream, Jerry the King Lawler, Wicked Aleister Black, and X-Pac. Okay, this show is already in progress next week. Alright, so what I think I'm going to be doing is, let's skip on to Money in the Bank. So then I'm only going to be using, or not using, but I'm only going to be seeing the results of the pay-per-views, and then we're going to do the week just before WrestleMania to see how that's going to end. But at Money in the Bank, we have Ivar versus X-Pac, a championship match for the NWO Heavyweight Championship. I kind of regret putting that championship up there. But, you know, hey, I'm not going to complain. And we got Lindsay Dorado versus Jerry the King Lawler. It's an alright match. We got Zack Ryder versus Tommaso Ciampa. Pete Dunne versus Velveteen Dream. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Drew McIntyre for the Universal Championship. I feel like this might happen in the near future, since The Fiend and Drew McIntyre are both on Raw. Drew McIntyre needs to win the WWE Championship back, then it would work, but yeah, I think this would make quite a cool match. Alright, then it's the sixth match, the sixth match is the 8-man ladder tag team match. It's a championship match, but it's probably just for the Money in the Bank Championship. We got Braun Strowman, Undertaker. We got huge names in here. This looks like a banger. It looks like an awesome one. Then we just have another 8-man ladder match, which doesn't actually count for anything. So they're just wasting energy if I think about it. Oh shoot! No! Alright, there's all. I saved it just in time. I thought I skipped it now. Alright, so X-Pac retains his championship. Lince Dorado beats Jerry the King Lawler. Tommaso Ciampa beats Zack Ryder. Velveteen Dream loses to Pete Dunne. The Fiend beat Drew McIntyre. We have a new Universal Champion. In the championship match, Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank Championship. And AJ Styles won the main event, which was the other 8-man match. But let's move on to the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. We got Randy Orton versus Wicked Aleister Black in a rivalry match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Pete Dunne. Zack Ryder versus Velveteen Dream. Lince Dorado versus Jerry the King Lawler. Big E versus Otis. Ivar versus X-Pac for a championship match. I wonder if X-Pac's gonna retain again. Then we got Matt Riddle versus Edge. Ricochet versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is the United States champion, so it's going to be for a championship match. Andre the Giant versus Braun Strowman again. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins again. And in the main event, The Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Another banging match I would love to watch if it ever happened. But I highly doubt it's going to happen because Goldberg is also he's getting old now, and he lost to Drew McIntyre already, so I don't think there's a point in having this match, but it would have been an awesome match back when everybody was in their prime. Well, Drew McIntyre is in his prime right now, so if Undertaker and Goldberg were born a little bit when Drew McIntyre was born, banger match right there. But let us continue. I'm doing a lot of talking in this episode. We got Wicked Aleister Black that beat Randy Orton. Pete Dunne beat Tommaso Ciampa. Velveteen Dream beat Zack Ryder. Jerry the King Lawler beat Lince Dorado. Otis beats Big E. X-Pac loses his championship to Ivar. Fine. I wonder how long has X-Pac done it. We'll check at the end the results, who's held the championship for the longest. Edge beats Matt Riddle. Kevin Owens retains the championship against Ricochet. Braun Strowman loses to Andre the Giant again. And Seth Rollins retains his Universal Championship. And the main event, The Undertaker beats Drew McIntyre and Goldberg. I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it again in another way. But hey, props to The Undertaker. Alright, so we got straight off the bat a mixed gender tag. Undertaker and Charlotte Flair versus Drew McIntyre and Nikki Cross. I would have liked it actually to be the other way around, because Nikki Cross is also a crazy person almost. Well, not crazy person, but she's also you can say crazy, scary and everything. Ooh, spooky. Alright, then we got a championship match. Zack Ryder versus Ivar. Lince Dorado versus Velveteen Dream. Pete Dunne versus Tommaso Ciampa. Big E versus Otis. Ricochet versus Kevin Owens for a championship match again. Braun Strowman versus Andre the Giant. These guys are going to go at it. I have a feeling though Andre the Giant's going to win every time, Braun. Sorry. Then we got Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. And the main event, Matt Riddle versus Edge. Let's simulate and have a look. Alright, so Undertaker and Charlotte Flair beat Nikki Cross and Drew McIntyre. Ivar retains his championship. Velveteen Dream wins against Lince Dorado. Pete Dunne beats Tommaso Ciampa. Big E beats Otis. Kevin Owens retains against Ricochet. Braun Strowman loses to Andre the Giant. Called it. Randy Orton loses to Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins is still your Universal Champion. And Edge beats Matt Riddle in the main event of Hell in a Cell. Okay, let's check. Alright, Ricochet versus Kevin Owens championship match. Ricochet is relentless. Can't he just go and chase another championship, or just go on a singles run a little bit or something. Zack Ryder versus Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa versus Lince Dorado, Pete Dunne versus Ivar for a championship match, Otis versus X-Pac, Matt Riddle versus Big E. The match: Drew McIntyre, Wicked Aleister Black, Humberto Carrillo, and Edge versus Andre the Giant, Braun Strowman, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and Jerry the King Lawler. That is insane. I cannot wait for that. Seth Rollins versus The Undertaker for a championship match. So basically it's a rematch, and Goldberg versus Randy Orton in the main event. Alright, Kevin Owens retains his championship. I can't wait to see how long Kevin Owens has held this championship for. Velveteen Dream beats Zack Ryder. Tommaso Ciampa beats Lince Dorado. Ivar retains his championship against Pete Dunne. X-Pac beats Otis, which is kind of surprising. Big E beats Matt Riddle, probably the help of the New Day. We never know. Team Drew McIntyre beat Team Andre the Giant. I'm quite happy about that in a way, because I like Drew McIntyre more than I like Braun Strowman and The Fiend. I know it's very disappointing to hear, but hey, it's just my opinion. Alright, championship match. The Undertaker retains against Seth Rollins. It's what you like to see. And Randy Orton beats Goldberg. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, next pay-per-view, which is TLC, Tender Love and Care, Tables, Ladders and Chairs, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it TLC though, that's the end of that. Alright, Edge versus Big E. First match. Ladder match, Ivar versus Pete Dunne for the championship. Ivar might lose, since it's a ladder match and he's quite, big, so no offense to anyone, or to Ivar himself. Respect you and everything. I'm putting my money on Pete Dunne, but Ivar's been very impressive so far in this video. Then we have Drew McIntyre versus Natalya, who wasn't even drafted, versus Lince Dorado and Nikki Cross, Zack Ryder versus Velveteen Dream, Wicked Aleister Black versus Jerry the King Lawler, Tommaso Ciampa versus X-Pac, Randy Orton versus Goldberg in a tables match, Braun Strowman versus Andre the Giant again, and then Undertaker versus Seth for the championship, and a triple threat for Kevin Owens United States Championship against Matt Riddle, Ricochet. Yeah, against Matt Riddle and Ricochet. Alright. This is going to be a very long video. Alright, we almost there though. We got Big E and Edge. Edge won. Ivar retains. Drew McIntyre and Natalya wins. Zack Ryder wins. Wicked Aleister Black wins. X-Pac wins. Goldberg wins. Andre the Giant wins. Undertaker lost his championship to Seth Rollins. No, I'm gonna cry now, man. That's not fair. And then Kevin Owens retains his championship. Alright, at least someone retained it. Now, the Royal Rumble. On the road to WrestleMania, you have to go through the Royal Rumble. I don't think there's gonna be enough people to go into the Royal Rumble. So we're gonna need to hire some superstars we let go. Okay, so we're gonna have Ricochet versus Edge, Matt Riddle versus Kevin Owens for a championship match, Velveteen Dream versus Zack Ryder, Pete Dunne versus Ivar again. Pete Dunne is also relentless. He wants that championship, but Ivar is not letting it go. Then we got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, another rivalry match that happened last year. The 10-man Royal Rumble. Alright, so it's a 10-man Royal Rumble. The Fiend versus Goldberg. That's not a bad match, but the Goldberg's not in his prime anymore, so it is going to be a little bit of a doozy. Andre the Giant versus Braun Strowman, rivalry match, and Undertaker versus Seth Rollins again. Alright, so Ricochet beats Edge, Matt Riddle beats Kevin Owens, Velveteen Dream beats Zack Ryder, Pete Dunne loses, so Ivar retains, Randy Orton beats Drew McIntyre. Alright, it didn't say who won the Rumble. Let's check who won the Rumble. Are they gonna let me know? United States Champion. The Royal Rumble has been won by Braun Strowman. So Braun Strowman won the Royal Rumble, and he has a shot now at any championship he wants at WrestleMania. Goldberg beats The Fiend. Braun Strowman loses to Andre the Giant again, and Undertaker loses to Seth Rollins. I think this is the last. This is the last week Okay, sorry, I was just reading that quickly. So this is the last week just before WrestleMania week. We have Edge versus Kevin Owens for a championship match. Pete Dunne versus Tommaso Ciampa. Matt Riddle versus Otis. Lindsay Dorado versus X-Pac. Ricochet versus Big E. Zack Ryder versus Jerry the King Lawler. Velveteen Dream versus Wicked Aleister Black for the championship. Andre the Giant versus Randy Orton. Goldberg versus Undertaker. And Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. Now, let us simulate, go all the way back. Edge wins Kevin Owens. Pete Dunne loses to Tommaso Ciampa. Matt Riddle beats Otis. Lindsay Dorado beats X-Pac. Ricochet beats Big E. Zack Ryder beats Jerry the King Lawler. Velveteen Dream retains his title against Wicked Aleister Black. Andre the Giant beats Randy Orton. Goldberg beats Undertaker. And Drew McIntyre loses his championship to Seth Rollins. Very disappointing, but we are now in the final stretch, WrestleMania week. Let us start the show. We're not going to do the matches, but we're going to simulate them again, but we're going to do them live, one at a time. WrestleMania 36, I believe. Yeah, 30. Nope, it's 35. It's 35, my bad. WrestleMania 35. Let us get this started. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see the match card we have lined up. First match, rivalry match. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg. Pete Dunne versus Tommaso Ciampa. Alberto Carrillo versus Otis. Grand Medal... Okay, Lindsay Dorado versus Jerry the King Lawler. Sorry, if I said beat, I'm very sorry, I meant versus. Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. He's not even from my... Who invited him into these matches? Okay, we got Ricochet versus Big E. Kurt Hawk. Zack Ryder versus X-Pac. Velveteen Dream versus Wicked Aleister Black for the championship. Kevin Owens versus Edge for the championship. Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins for the championship. And then our main event, Drew McIntyre versus Andre the Giant versus Randy Orton. I cannot wait. Alright, who's going to win between Goldberg and Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt beats Goldberg. Alright, Pete Dunne beats Tommaso Ciampa. Otis and Tucker beat Humberto Carrillo. Tucker's not even part of it, but he's the tag team partner, so we have to give it to him, you know. We just have to allow him. Jerry the King Lawler beats Lindsay Dorado. Cassius Ohno, who's not even a part of the experiment, beats Matt Riddle. Ricochet beats Big E. X-Pac beats Zack Ryder. Wicked Aleister Black beats Velveteen Dream for the NWO Heavyweight Championship. Kevin Owens loses his championship to Edge. And now, the Universal Championship match. Who do you think is going to win? Braun Strowman wins the Universal Championship. Finally, after a whole year, he finally wins it. And now the main event. Drew McIntyre versus Andre the Giant versus Randy Orton. Who is gonna win? Drew McIntyre beats Andre the Giant and Randy Orton on the same night. Yet he couldn't beat one of them on his own.
So these are all the people who have held the WWE Championship. So Seth Rollins has earned it 5 times. Brock Lesnar, who wasn't even a part of this thing, earned it 3 times. Drew McIntyre twice. Braun Strowman once, which is currently now who is the Universal Championship. Finn Balor, I don't know, he's not even a part of this experiment, but he won it once. Goldberg won it once, and Kevin Owens won it once. Days held. Seth Rollins, ignore Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar doesn't count because he was not originally a part of this experiment, or well, he wasn't a part of the one that I made. So Seth Rollins had it for 260 days. Undertaker 63 days. The Fiend had it for 49 days. Kevin Owens 188 days. Drew McIntyre 48 days. Goldberg 28 days. Braun Strowman 1 day because he just won it recently. Now, we are going to look for the United States Championship. Again, Why is Ric Flair, Bret Hart, John Cena, and Booker T here? I do not know. But Kevin Owens held it 5 times. Edge held it twice. Goldberg held it twice. Big E held it once. Matt Riddle held it once. Randy Orton held it once. Ricochet held it once. Seth Rollins held it once. Zack Ryder held it once. Yeah, that's it. But everyone else that says like one, like Unleashed, Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin, ignore them. They weren't a part of this experiment. So we're gonna go down. Kevin Owens held it for the highest, 306 days before losing his championship. The next one to come close to him is Goldberg with 78 days. Big E, 69 days. Edge, 35 days. Seth Rollins, 29 days. Zack Ryder, 29 days. Randy Orton, 28 days. Ricochet, 21. Matt Riddle, 14 days. Alright, that's not too shabby. Then we got Ivar. He held the championship for 1 time. Oh yeah, because he kept on winning and then he lost. Alright. Sting also held it for 1 time, but he wasn't a part of this. Velvet Dream held it 1 time. Wicked Aleister Black 1 time. And X-Pac 1 time. Ivar held the championship for 161 days. That is impressive. Extremely, extremely impressive. Well done, Ivar. I'm going to give you the golden championship of this video. What I think I'm going to do now, every single video that has a WWE video like this, I'm going to have what is called the gold championship and the bronze championship. Now these are referred to people that have been very impressive during the year and people that are just I'm gonna give up with them. X-Pac 104 days, Velvet Dream 56 days, and Wicked Aleister Black 1 day. So golden championship goes to Ivar. He held the heavyweight championship for 161 days consecutively. And he's only won it once, which is not also... all the characters only won it once. But that is impressive. I'm gonna give the golden championship to Ivar for holding the championship for that long at the beginning and then only losing it. And then still continuing after that and being the highest that held it, like the amount of days. And then I'm gonna give the bronze championship to... I'm gonna say Tommaso Ciampa because... we didn't see much about him. I could have said the same for Matt Riddle and Lince Dorado, but they at least went up against people like Randy Orton and Braun Strowman and almost won or was a close win or was led by disqualification. But I'm going to give the bronze to Tommaso Ciampa because I think we've only seen him like 3 or 4 times in the video, even less maybe. And then I'm going to say the best champion that I found in this series so far would be... I forgot his name now. I'm gonna say it's Seth Rollins, actually. No, I'm lying, sorry. I'm gonna say it's Ivar. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's Ivar because Seth Rollins, who's Seth Rollins, huh? But I'm gonna give it to Ivar. He's the champion of this episode. And I'm gonna say thank you to you guys for watching. Please like down below. Hit the like button down below. We're going to try and get 10 likes on this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Turn on bell notification and share this video with everybody that you can because we need it on this channel. And without further ado, I think that's it. So, editor, cue the outro and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.